Hi and welcome to today's functional yoga flow. I'm Christine, and in this class we're going to focus on a very common problem a lot of people suffer from, which is called a Baker's cyst. A Baker's cyst is a fluid-filled swelling at the back of your knee. There are lots of reasons why a Baker's cyst appears. Some reasons could be like a former surgery or injury, or problems with your knee joint in general. It's an overproducing of the synovial fluid. What we're going to do today is moving the body in a way where we're actively stretching the back of our legs with a focus on a straight knee. This is a great way to reduce some pain. And we're also focusing on the activation of the lymphatic system, which will help you to get rid of like waste stuff in your body. You need for this class a block, and if you have a fascia ball or like a tennis ball that you can cover with a sock, for example, so that it's not hurting on your skin. I am also integrating essential oils at the end of this class for a little massage made of cypress oil, frankincense oil, and copaiba oil. All of these oils are also a great way to reduce the inflammation in the body and get the lymphatic system running. Okay, so let's start right away on our backs. You just need the block for the beginning, so you can put ball and oil to the side and get your way on your back. Put your feet on the floor and grab or have your block nearby. So from here, you're going to lift your hips up and put the block the lowest size or the middle size. This is up to you. Just see what feels better for you. Lower back shouldn't hurt. Under your sacrum. Now get your lower belly active. Put your or push your feet actively down into the floor and move your sits bones towards one another. Stay with this and then reach your right leg back and up. Try to straighten your knee as much as you can. And from here, you're going to focus on your toes and then lift the toes up so you're pointing your foot. Toes are facing towards the ceiling, and then pull the toes towards you actively to feel that nice stretch in the back of your leg. And we do this in a little flow, so point and flex. Point and flex. And keep those glutes working, so actively pulling those sits bones towards one another. 2 more. And then step the foot down. We're going to do the other side right away. Keep lower belly active. Reach your left leg up. Point your toes and then flex. Keep moving your sits bones towards one another, so center is engaged. Do another 3, 2, 1, and then step the foot back down. Bring the block to the side, but keep your hips lifted. Push your left foot actively down, lift your right leg back and up again, pull the toes towards you, and then start to lift and lower your hips. Keep the right leg straight as much as you can. If you have to bend the knee a little, this is okay. So just see what is possible today. We stay for another 3, 2, 1, and then step the foot back down. We're going to do the other side right away. So push your right foot actively down. Get your right glute working to stabilize so that you're not tipping in the pelvis. Reach your left leg up. Pull the toes towards you. And then lift and lower again. Focus on that activation of your right glute. So pushing actively to the front of your right thigh to get the hips up. Do another 3, 2, 1, last one, and then step the foot back down. From here, keep your hips lifted, so working both glutes now, and then reach your arms up, so palms are facing towards one another. We're going to stretch out the wrists quickly, starting with the left side. Take right hand, grab left fingers, and pull them back towards the left shoulder. Big inhale here. Exhale, open your mouth and sigh. Let's do the other side. Grab the right hand, pull fingers back. Keep lifting your hips. Take an inhale here. And exhale, open your mouth. Release your hands. And slowly, segmentally, you're going to lower vertebra by vertebra down on the floor. From here, interlace your hands behind your head. Lift your legs up again. Keep them straight as much as you can. Move your elbows in towards one another, so your legs are in line with your hips. Your lower back is grounding down. Take an inhale here to prepare, and when you exhale, lift your shoulder blades off the floor. Now reach your right arm next to your right hip, and then reach your left arm. Reach a little bit more, lifting from your center, and then bring your hands behind the head. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. Reach your left arm this time, starting with the left side. Reach your right arm. Reach a little bit more from your center, warming up the abdomen. Bring your hands behind the head. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. Now this time, reach both arms, pull the toes towards you, and then lower your right leg just a third of the way. Bring it back up, hands behind your head, inhale and lower. Other side, exhale and lift. Reaching both arms, come a little bit higher, lower your left leg, third of the way. Bring it back up, hands behind your head, inhale and lower. We're going to build on this. Exhale, come up. Pull toes actively towards you. Reach both arms. Come a little bit higher. Now lower your right leg. Maybe go a little bit further. Pull toes towards you very, very actively. And then bring your right leg back up. Hands behind your head. Inhale and lower. Other side. Exhale and lift. Reaching your arms. Reach a little bit more. Lower your left leg. Go a little bit further. Bring it back up. Hands behind your head. Inhale and lower. We do one more round. Exhale and lift. Reach your arms. Lift a little bit higher. Lower your right leg. And then switch. Bring it back up. Lower your left leg. Switch. Right leg. Switch. Left leg. One more time. Right. Left, and then just bring your left leg back up, hands behind your head. Inhale and lower. Last round, exhale, come up. Reach your arms, reach more from your center. Lower left leg, switch, right, switch, left, right. Last time, left, and then just bring your left leg back up. Hands behind your head. Inhale and lower, and release. Good. Turn to one side and find your way onto your hands and knees. Bring the block to the front. You will need it later. You're going to have your wrists in line with your shoulders. Your knees are right under your hips. Pull your throat back to get the neck long. Tuck your toes under. Pull lower belly in. And from here, you're going to reach your right leg back, but keep the toes tucked under, and then start rocking forward and back. So actively pushing the ball of your foot down into the floor, pressing the big toe man, pinky toe man down, and have that leg super, super straight. Stay connected with your breath. And then come back to center. Start working your left glute a little bit more now. Bring the focus to your right glute and then lift your right leg up. Just keep it hip high. Bend your right knee now, so you have the front of your right thigh in that hip extension, and then start pulsing. So lifting and lowering your right leg without moving the pelvis, so movement happens in your right hip. The pelvis stays leveled. So we're actively stretching the front of the right thigh now. You're going to stay for another 5, 4, keep pulling your lower belly in, 3, 2, 1, and release. Let's do the other side right away. Reach your left leg back, keep the toes tucked under, push foot down, and then start rocking. This is also, by the way, nice to stretch out the wrists a little bit more. Good, and then come back to center. Get your right glute working, lift your left leg up, bend your knee, and then start lifting and lowering on this side. Working the right glute to stabilize the pelvis. Pelvis is not dipping, and you're focusing on that length that you create in the front of your left thigh. Keep pushing your hands down. And then from here, release. We're going to go into a dolphin pose, getting into some dolphin walks. You can interlace your hands or bringing the palms down. It's your option. Release your head, tuck your toes under. Pull front body towards back body to get a little bit of a rounding protraction in between the shoulder blades, and then lift up into your dolphin. We're going to start right away with those walks. So you're lifting your right leg hip high, and step the foot down, and then your left leg. So alternating, lifting one leg at a time. You can keep a slight bend in your knees if straight legs are too much for your hamstrings. Just see what is possible here, but focus when you lifting your legs up and pulling the toes towards you. And we do another 3, 2, 1. Step the foot down. Take a quick child's pose. You can bring your knees out to the side. If this is too much, sitting your hips back, and if this is hurting, you just stay here and release for a moment. So keeping the hips over your knees. See what is okay for this moment. And then walk your hands back. And we're going to go to the front of the mat, starting with some sun salutation 1 to warm up body a little bit more, and bringing in a little variation to stay with that thought that we're going to have that nice and active stretches in the hamstrings. So from here, starting in Tadasana, bring the pelvis in a neutral position, move your throat back, pull lower belly in, lift pubic bone up. Now from here, you're going to come onto your tippy toes when you inhale. So push the big toe mounts and the pinky toe mounts down into the floor. Reach your arms forward and up. And when you exhale, bring your heels down, hinge at your hips, step your right foot back, lower your right knee and the top of your foot. Inhale, rise to a low lunge. Pull the front foot actively back to get more length in the front of your right thigh. When you exhale, bring your hands down, step back into a high plank. Inhale in your high plank. Exhale, bring your knees down, slowly lower onto your belly. Untuck your toes, get your legs super straight. Inhale to a cobra, work your glutes. Exhale and lower. Tuck your toes again, lift through your knees. Downward facing dog. Step your feet a little bit closer. Right knee steps forward, left knee comes down. Untuck your toes, rise to a low lunge. Pull front foot actively back, reach your arms. Inhale here, exhale, bring your hands down, step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Push your hips actively back. Now from here, rise with your next inhale, reaching the arms forward and up. And again, coming onto your tippy toes. And then exhale, lower, hinge at your hips. We're going to do the other side. Step your left foot back, lower your left knee. This time, keep your toes tucked under. Rise into your low lunge. Keep pelvis neutral. Reach your arms. Big inhale here. Exhale. Bring your hands down. Step back, high plank. Inhale in your high plank. Exhale, bring your knees down and slowly lower onto your belly. Untuck your toes, push pubic bone down and work your glutes when you inhale, coming into a cobra. Exhale and lower. Tuck your toes again. Lift through your knees. Downward facing dog, stepping the feet a little bit closer. Step your left foot forward, right knee comes down. Keep toes tucked under. Rise, low lunge. Reach the arms. Pull front foot actively back. And then lower when you exhale. Step back foot forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. We're going to rise. Inhale, reaching the arms forward and up. Coming onto your tippy toes. And first part of the sequence, exhale, lower, and hinge at your hips. Step your right foot back. Stay here. You can stay on your fingertips and staying in that lunge. Now reach your right heel actively back. So get that leg super, super straight. Now step to the left with that right foot and then step to the right. So a few times left and right. And you have a little bit of that rocking action that we did in the very beginning. At the same time, you're reaching your heart forward, so don't get the spine in a rounding. Try to keep the spine as straight as possible. We're going to do a few more of this. Stepping right and left. Another 2. Last one. And then bring it back to center. Sit your hips back, runner's lunge, pull front toes towards you. Keep reaching your heart forward. Big, big breath here. So you're going to work your left leg or your left knee getting straight, but you can, of course, keep a slight bend so that you don't start rounding in your spine. Good. Now step forward again. Bring your hands down. Down dog split. Reach your left leg back and up. Pull your toes actively towards you and press the hands down into the floor. Take a breath here. Long, long spine, long, long left leg. And then from here, walk your hands towards your right foot. Keep reaching your left leg back. So you have that left leg on a hip level, so pelvis stays neutral. Reaching the heart forward and release a little bit in between the shoulder blades. One more breath here. Keep a slight bend in your right knee. And then walk your hands forward, 3-leg plank. Shoulders are over the wrists. Take a breath here. And then start walking your plank. So lifting and lowering one leg at a time. One more each side. Keep pulling your lower belly in. And then from here, lower onto your belly. Keep the toes tucked under, but bring your forehead down. And then from here, you're going to actively pushing your toes towards you, so you're lifting your thighs, and then release. Again, pull the toes towards you, and release. 3 more. Keep your lower belly active. Last one. Good. Untuck your toes. Inhale to a cobra. Exhale and lower. Tuck your toes again. Lift through your knees. Downward facing dog. Step your feet a little bit closer and then start pedaling out the feet. So lifting and lowering one heel at a time. Big, big breath here. Good, and we're going to do the other side right away. So step your right foot forward. You are in that lunge position. Reach your left leg actively back. Reach your heart forward. Get the spine nice and long. And we're starting from here. So walking the left foot to the right and to the left. And adding that little bit of that rocking action. At the same time, you're pushing your right foot down actively into the floor. Good. 3 more. And then come back to center. Sit your hips back, runner's lunge, lift the front toes. Stay on your fingertips if you need to. reaching the heart forward. Keep moving your right hip back a little bit more. Good, and then step that front foot down. Push your hands down to get back into a down dog split. Big, big breath here. Pull the toes towards you. And then from here, walk your hands back towards your left foot. We're landing in a standing L. Find a little bit of that releasing in between the shoulder blades, but keep reaching your heart forward, and the right toes are pulling towards you. One more breath. And then walk your hands forward again, 3-leg plank. Shoulders are over the wrists, and we start walking the plank again. Lifting and lowering one leg at a time, working those glutees, and at the same time stabilizing the whole front core. One more breath. And then lower from here onto your belly. Keep your hands next to your chest, forehead comes down. Keep toes tucked under, reaching your heels back and push the toes towards you to lift the front of your thighs. And then release. 3 more. Pull the toes towards you and release. Another 2. Last one. Good, and then untuck your toes, inhale to a cobra, and lower. Tuck your toes again, lift through your knees, downward facing dog. Big, big inhale here. Exhale, open your mouth and sigh. And then from here, take 2 steps, walk to the front of your mat, which is do 2 rounds of sun salutation A. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Step back. High plank, either lower chaturanga or lower through your knees. It's your option, cobra or upward facing dog. And go back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Either take 2 steps or jump forward, pushing the feet actively down. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Your way back, either step or jump, lower chaturanga, lower through your knees, your option. And we all end up in a downward facing dog. Big, big breath here. Inhale. Exhale, open your mouth and sigh. Okay, second part of the sequence. Reach your left leg back and up, pulling the toes towards you. Step that foot forward in between your hands and then rise into a high crescent lunge. Now we're going from here, bending the right knee in towards your chest, reach the arms, and then step it back. Bend and step back. Now when you step forward, you're going to lift your left heel as well. So getting a little bit more dynamic into that movement. Pushing your left foot, the ball of your foot actively down into the floor. Going a few more. Last 2. Last one. And next time when you bend your knee, you keep the left heel down. Reach your right leg back into an airplane. Bring your hands to your left thigh. Pull the right toes actively towards you. Reach your heart forward. Keep a slight bend in your left knee. Big, big breath. And then step that right foot down. Turn towards the right. Your feet are parallel. We're going from here into a straddle. So pushing your hips back. The upper body stays super, super long. You're folding forward like a 90-degree ankle first. Keep your neck long. And then from here, if you want to go a little bit further, bringing your hands down and then release the upper body. Breathing into that hamstring stretch. Big, big breath. Take one more breath here. And then turn towards the back of the room, to the back of the mat. We're coming into a pyramid pose, but with an internal rotation of your legs. So you're turning the front toes and the back toes in. You can stay on your fingertips here. You can keep a slight bend in the front knee if it's too much, if it's too intensive with a stretch. And breathing into that opening of the lower back. One more breath. And we're going from here into a side plank on the right. So you bring the hands down, stepping your right foot back. Left foot comes over your right side lunge. Reaching your left arm up. Keep pulling your lower belly in, lifting the hips up. Now step that left foot to the center of your mat. Lower your hips once. One more time. Last time. And then step back into your side plank. We do this again. Step the foot, lower. Push your left foot down into the floor. One more time. Step it back. Last one. Lower. 2, 3. Step it back. Bring your left hand down. Take an inhale here. Exhale. Lower onto your belly. Inhale to a cobra. Exhale and lower. Tuck your toes again. Lift through your knees. Downward facing dog. Big, big breath. And we're going to do the other side from here. Reaching your right leg back and up. Step the foot forward. Rise into a high crescent lunge. We're going to start bending the knee in towards the chest. We reach the arms and then step it back. Reach and step it back. And when you feel ready, you're going to add your lifting your right heel as well when you bend your knee in towards your chest. Another 3, 2, 1. Next time when you come up, you keep the heel down, reaching your arms up. We're going from here into airplane pose, so you're reaching your left leg back, your hands are landing on your right thigh. Pull the toes actively towards you and get that left leg super, super straight at the same time, reaching your heart forward. Big, big breath. And then step that left foot down, turn towards the left again, straddle. Hands can come to your hip creases, push them back, 90-degree. First, keep your spine long, and then from here unfold, bringing the hands down. Breathe towards your hamstrings. This is a really nice way. All of those active stretches and also those passive stretches that we're doing right now is a nice and great way to relieve some pain in the Baker's cyst. Take one more breath. And then from here, walk your hands towards the front again. We're coming into a pyramid pose with an internal rotation of your feet. So creating a little bit more space in your lower back, but keep your spine super, super long. If you feel like you're rounding in the spine, keep a slight bend in your front knee. And we're going from here into a side plank to the left. So stepping your left foot back, right foot comes over your left. Reach your arm, keep pulling your lower belly in. And then step that right foot to the center of your mat, your lower 3. The hips lowering, 2, 1, and step back. 2 more of this. Step the foot, lower 3, 2, 1. Step it back. Last time, foot to the center, lower 3, 2, 1. Step it back. Bring your right hand down, high plank when you inhale. Exhale, lower onto your belly. Inhale to a cobra. And go back. Downward facing dog. 3 nice and deep breaths in your down dog. Big, big inhale into your nose. Again, you can pedal out your feet, pushing the hands actively down. And when you exhale, always welcome to exhale through your mouth. Stay here for one more breath. And then step your feet forward, forward fold. Grab your block and then rise, coming into Tadasana. We do one more little stretch before we're going to bring first and second part of the sequence together. So bring your foot, your left foot on the block so that the ball of your foot is pushing down onto the block and your heel is on the floor. Your right leg is in one line with your hip. You can keep a slight bend in your right knee. We're going to go into a hip hinge from here. So using your fingers maybe as a support by moving the hips back. Keep the upper body long and then keep pushing your hips back and breathe again to your left hamstring into that stretch. One more breath. And to rise from here, you're going to push actively both feet down into the floor and then come back up. Big one. Let's do the other side. So right foot is going to go on the block. Keep the heel down. Push the ball of your foot and the heel actively down. Keep slight bend in your left knee. And then hinge your hips back. Keep the spine, the upper body long. And feeling that stretch on the other side. And even though you have the Baker's cyst just on one side, but we keep the body balanced, so we're doing that stretch on both sides. One more breath. And then rise with your next inhale. And let's bring those two sequences together in the stream. So front of your mat, Tadasana pose, pushing the feet down, pelvis is neutral, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, go down. Step your right foot back, big, big step. Stay here in that lunge for a moment. Now we're going from here directly into down dog split, so reaching your left leg back and up. Pull the toes towards you. Good, and then step that foot half of the way. We're going into runner's lunge. Pull the front toes towards you and then bring your hands down in front of you, coming into standing L. So this is our little flow that we create. So we do this one more time. Step your right foot down, reach your left leg back and up. And then step that foot half of the way, runner's lunge. Sit your hips back, pull front toes towards you. Bringing the front foot down, hands down, standing L. A few more of this. Down dog split. Stepping the foot, runner's lunge. Walk forward, standing L. Again, left leg back and up. Step the foot half of the way, runner's lunge. Pull toes towards you, standing L. Two more. Down dog split. Step foot half of the way, runner's lunge. Walk the hands in front of you, standing L. Last time. Down split. Runner's lunge. And standing L. We step the foot down. Down dog split. Come forward into that three-leg plank and start walking your plank. Keep lifting front body towards the back body. Two more. And then lower from here onto your belly. Untuck your toes, cobra when you inhale. Little vinyasa. And then go back. Downward facing dog. Step your feet a little bit closer. Reach your right leg back and up. We're heading towards high crescent lunge. Bend your knee towards your chest and then step it back. So instead of just lifting your heel, that could be one option. You can also add a hop. So this is also a nice way working on strength of your right knee, the ankle as well. A few more hop. So really pushing the front foot down when you hop. Another 5, 4, 3, 2. Next time when you come forward, just bend your knee into your chest, reach your leg back, airplane pose, hands land on your right thigh. Step that left foot down, straddle to your right, pull your hips back, and then unfold. Good, we're turning from here towards the back. Pyramid pose with that internal rotation of your hips. Pushing both feet down into the floor. Big, big breath here. Now listen, we're going to walk the hands towards the front again. So walking the hands towards the right and to the front. Land onto your forearms, coming into dolphin pose. And walk your dolphin here. Lifting and lowering one leg at a time. Going for another 3, 2, 1. Bring both feet down, pushing into your hands. Downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. Exhale, open your mouth. On your next inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Either step or jump forward. Push your feet down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Other side. Exhale. Hinge at your hips, step your left foot back, stay in your lunge, reaching your heart forward, reaching your left foot back. So really pushing the heel away from you. We're going directly into a 3-leg dog, reaching your right leg back and up. Step the foot half of the way, runner's lunge, lift front toes, push foot down, hands in front of you, standing L. Going back, down dog split. Step the foot half of the way, runner's lunge, come forward, standing L. 3 more, down dog split. Step the foot half of the way, runner's lunge, come forward, standing L. Another 2. Keep breathing. Last one. And we're going to end up in a down dog split. Take one more breath here. And then come forward into a 3-leg plank and start walking your plank. Keep pulling front body towards the back body. Your legs are straight. Push your hands down. One more time each side. And then lower from here onto your belly vinyasa. Inhale to a cobra. And go back. Downward facing dog, stepping the feet a little bit closer. Left leg is lifting. We're going to head heat towards high crescent lunge. Rise, bend your knee into your chest, and then step it back. Maybe lift your heel. Maybe add a hop. Your options. We're going for another 5, 4, 3, 2, push the foot down. Last one. And next time you're gonna bend the knee into your chest without a hop, reaching your right leg back, airplane. Big breath. Step your right foot down, turn towards the right straddle, pushing the hips back. Keep the upper body long and breathe here. Then turn towards the back, pyramid pose, internal rotation of your hips. Now we're going to walk the hands towards the left and turning towards the front again, coming into dolphin pose. Lift your left leg and then start walking your dolphin, lifting one leg at a time. One more breath. And then bring both feet down, bring your knees down, and come up. Sitting back, or if this is hurting, sitting to one side. Maybe with crossed legs, just stay for a moment here. Bring your hands on your thighs. Big inhale into your nose. Exhale, open your mouth. And then slowly from here with your next inhale, open your eyes. Let's end up with a little massage with the essential oils and the ball that you have. We're going to start with the oils. So grab your blend, put some drops in your hands, and then start massaging the back of your knee, but also the front. So it's basically massaging the whole knee with some nice circles. And you can also like moving the hands or gliding the hands up towards your hips, activating the lymphatic flow. You can put this blend on your knees at least twice a day or even 3 times a day, adding those little massages with the ball, and just do it for 1 week or so and see if it's gonna go, if it's gonna be better after a while. And then from here, take your ball and put it to the back of your knee and put some weight there. So again, flexing the toes towards you. And if you feel pain, this is normal, okay? So if it's like, if there is a range from 0 to 10, and 10 is like you can't be with that pain anymore, so this is a really strong one. If you feel it like between 7 and 8, yeah, so this is an okay pain where you can now start with some circles. So pulling the toes towards you, your leg straight, and you just circle in one direction. And then changing the direction. So have to realign a little here, and then circle in the other direction. Keep your legs straight, keep breathing. Good, and then release, shaking out that leg a little. And we're gonna do the other side, so grab your oils. And even though the pain is, the Baker's cyst is only on one side, but yeah, as I said during class, I really recommend to treat both sides equal, yeah? So also massaging the other knee, back of your knee, you can do those little slides, moving the hands back towards your hips. And then use or put the ball under the back of your knee. Pull the toes towards you, and when you feel ready, you're gonna put some weight there by pressing your leg down and getting into those circles. If you have a fascia roll at home, I also recommend to do some fascia releasing the whole back of your leg. So you can use the roll for your lower leg, for the upper leg, and even the front of your hips, your thighs, to activate the lymphatic flow. And then circle the other direction, keep pulling the toes towards you. Staying here for another 20 seconds. then slowly release, shake out your legs, and you're going to find from here your way into Shavasana. So releasing the whole body for a couple of minutes, releasing your arms, your legs, just let them drop to the side, close your eyes, take your Shavasana as long as you can. I hope you'll get better with the Baker's cyst, and thank you very much for joining. Let me know in the comments if that class helped, and I'm looking forward to see you next time.